Many of the finest professionals in accounting, as we all know, are women, yet they don't always receive the recognition they deserve. That's why the AICPA joined forces with CPA Practice Advisor magazine to create the Most Powerful Women in Accounting Award. For over a decade, this award has shown a well-deserved spotlight on those women making an indelible impact on the accounting profession.
I believe it's important to recognize powerful women in accounting because it's hard to be what you cannot see. And while I am humbled by this recognition, I have such a deep appreciation for the journey of all the honorees and all the hardworking women in our profession who've gone before us.
A life lesson for me, stepping outside of my comfort zone, but also understanding that mistakes or failure, they don't define you. Rather, it's how you handle the challenges or the mistakes, what you learn from them, that defines you. And then all of a sudden you realize, you got this.
The last couple of years has showed us that the world has changed. I think too many of us have had to try to hide who we are or certain parts of who we are. So I think now is the time to don't be afraid to be you. You do you.
We make the accounting profession more welcoming for women by lifting each other up, teaching each other, sharing our knowledge with each other, and making sure that other women feel welcome and can achieve relevance and sustainability.
I'm incredibly grateful for this opportunity to be recognized because it allows me to expand my impact. My mission is to cultivate more conscious, evolved leadership in the profession. And now I can do that with a larger audience, and we can create a new dimension of possible for the accounting profession together.
I'm honored and I'm humbled to be chosen as one of the most powerful women in accounting by two incredibly respected organizations. In addition to having strength, one of the definitions of powerful, I have influence, and this award enhances my credibility. It's incredibly gratifying to be among this distinguished group of women.
Today, we're honored to be joined by the 2022 Most Powerful Women in Accounting Award winners. What sets them apart from their peers? The work of these outstanding women is making accounting more egalitarian for the next generation of every gender.
Instead of thinking out of the box, what if we saw no box? What if there was no box? What if there were no limiting thinking? Any support that would help us tap in to our own innate skills and abilities would be amazing.
I've been privileged to have incredible sponsors who are both men and women, oftentimes showing confidence in my abilities to take on a next big role before I saw it in myself. But the moments that have truly inspired me along my journey is when witnessing women leaders in our organization having the courage to have the tough conversations, to ask for what they need, to be fearless in pushing their teams and organizations forward.
Over the course of my career, I have had many sponsors, the vast majority of which have actually been men. I have been fortunate to have many women executives at the firm that I've learned from as well, and I've had the opportunity to lead alongside. But in my more formative years as a leader, I really needed the support of the many men that I worked with. And I think that that remains very true today, that all of us have an obligation to support, sponsor, mentor, diverse members of our workforce. That certainly includes women, but it includes all aspects of the workforce.
I think that strength in women looks like empowerment. It looks like self-confidence. It's being able to make decisions. It's making a difference with others and having others aspire to be like you. And if you fail, it's okay. What matters in being strong is that if you fail, you get up quickly and you move on and you learn from it.
Being recognized means that I am surrounded and supported by a phenomenal village. This recognition is certainly not based on my efforts alone, and I'm so grateful because teamwork really does make the dream work.
They are innovators and educators, leaders and collaborators. And while they come from different backgrounds, they all represent the best our profession has to offer.
There's physical strength, there's mental toughness and courage, and I think it takes a strong woman to know who she is, what her values are, and to stay committed and true to those.
It's important to recognize powerful women in accounting so that there are role models for other women and they can see people like them achieving success on the pathways that they aspire to. It's such a wonderful way to call women forward.
I think it is absolutely necessary to advocate for women because the skill sets that are necessary in this changing environment that we're in, women bring to the table. And so we need to make sure there's spaces and places for them and to maintain them in the profession.
It is so important to advocate for women in the profession. Women are more likely to leave the profession for a variety of reasons. We need to keep the diversity of voice in the profession by retaining women, and we need to inspire more women to come into the profession and contribute.
If this Nigerian American with an accent can make it in our profession, I know you too can soar. Brush off any rejections, step out of your comfort zone, raise up your hand and volunteer. Keep going, and you will achieve your ultimate career goal.
These women didn't just work hard to succeed in a male-dominated profession for at least part of their career. They've leveraged their success to advocate for others.
I think we've evolved our thinking and acknowledged the fact that the profession reflects the world around us. There are women and underrepresented groups in our profession. And we've truly tried to embrace diversity, equity, inclusion, starting in our minds and hearts. Are we done? We're not done yet, but we've certainly made great strides, and I think we have a foundation to build on something great.
Now, how have women helped me get where I am today? In countless ways, by inspiration, by role model, by helping hand, by friendship. Professionally, I've had the good fortune to work for and learn from some very powerful and successful women. I have gotten lots of help from women, and I still do.
Women have long been the unsung heroes in many facets of life, both personally and professionally. And women don't generally stand up for themselves. And so they need to be recognized, and people need to see them as role models. So for me, it's important to find those people, and especially those women, and really elevate them and show them that they're the most critical piece to that puzzle.
As a leader, it is my responsibility to take ownership and hold myself accountable for ensuring women succeed in our profession. Women have superpowers, and acknowledging and leveraging women's superpowers, specifically our ability to connect with people, will lead to further advancement of women and business in general.
From pioneering new best practices and technologies to improving work environments, workflows, and more, this year's winners truly are the most powerful women in accounting.
It is very important to me in my career to empower women to be able to take on the roles that they desire in this profession and to not get stuck in the norms of what we think the profession looks like, that we can always keep striving for more.
We have made strides in promoting women in leadership positions and encouraging companies to make women's leadership a strategic priority. But we have work to do in calling out unconscious bias and creating alternative paths to partner to increase women in ownership positions. But I know the profession is putting in the work to get us there.
I know that role models have always been the compass for emerging talent. As we recognize powerful women, our emerging talent will see that they will not only can they rise up with a strong voice, they can succeed in this amazing and valuable profession. I believe strongly that the next generation of women will even be stronger than the spectacular women that you see here today.
As far as we've come, there's still more work to be done. So I encourage you all to join us for this year's AICPA Women's Global Leadership Summit. Now let's hear it for 2022's most powerful women in accounting.